Hello, everybody. Welcome to Todd's Corner. We got some good updates and some pretty good guests today. I'm going to start out and I'm going to grab my best buddy, old Gordon Moriguchi.
Howdy, sir. How you doing? How's the Alphans out in the ether? Hope everybody's doing well.
Heck yeah, I hope they are. I got 28 people watching already.
That is amazing.
So we're going to do some updates on WonderFest. We're going to talk about Calgary. We're going to talk about what's new and coming up there out soon or is already released. And I'm going to go ahead and add Mr. Richard Ashton to this chat because he is joining us live too.
Rich.
Hi, Rich.
How's it going, guys? I'm not bad. How are you? Look at all those eagles behind you. He just can't get enough. Just can't get enough.
Yeah. People say, why have so many of the same thing? I said, no. They're not the same thing.
Ooh. They're all different in their own sweet and different ways.
Little way, yeah.
So true. So true.
So true. We're going to have David Jacobs here in a little while, I believe.
By the way, if you have to squint, it's mint.
That's funny stuff.
Dear.
Looks like we got Keith Mayfield, Tony's Workbench, Joe McNally, Andy Tucker, some others I can't see the names.
So John Haig is out there. Hey, John, how you doing, bub? Yep, Keith is battening down the hatchets with the hurricane on the way over in Guam.
Oh, hell.
Yeah,
Shit.
That's what I saw. There's Gary Reynolds and Eric Longstreet.
So Keith, make sure you stay safe.
Sean Dempsey. Hey, buddy, I haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully you're going to WonderFest.
Absolutely.
I wish I could go to WonderFest.
You should.
I know.
So Rich,
There's this stretch of water. There's this massive stretch of water between us and you. And I'm no good at paddling.
They make jump on a jet ski and fly, go across.
Yep.
Build a big enough eagle to fly over, you mean?
Yeah, how come you don't have one of those yet?
German guy beat me to it.
Jan is going to. He's going to fly his.
He's going to that's going to take up a complete cargo plane.
Yeah, no shit.
If Jan was bringing his 25-footer, I would not be bringing my 88. He would be stealing all of my thunder.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Just saying. No, that's a phenomenal 88-inch. I'm sorry, 25-foot freaking huge eagle. It is absolutely amazing. I would have loved to have gone to the Denmark event and to witness that amazing thing. But for all those who are coming to WonderFest, we really look forward to seeing you. Once again, the 88 is going to be there. The Andrew Grimshaw super build. It's absolutely amazing. Did
you manage to sort out the engine section? Because I know you had problems. So that's all good.
So a little bit of backstory on that is that I had Mike Reeder take the engine bells with him back home, so he could take about a pound or maybe less out of aluminum out of each, and they came back absolutely beautiful and installed them, and they look really good. Yep.
I mean, he did a load of engine bells for the 33 I did because that was all that was 3D printed. And they were like, I said to him, I says, this thing's not going to carry much weight. So can you take some weight? And he did a great job. Fantastic.
He sure did. Matter of fact, he doesn't typically take the weight out of them, but like for the Harold Wolf VIP Eagle, which is all ABS and mostly plastic, except for the aluminum. The aluminum bells on the back are even thinner than the standard ones that he normally sells. So it's
you've got to we still want aluminium on them, but due to weight, you've got to take it down, or the thing will the back end will droop or drop off.
Absolutely, and the way Harold did it, they haven't drooped it on.
That's good.
Drooping.
That's
We
good.
cannot have drooping.
Todd's probably wondering where's his 44. I've got it. It's here.
Nice.
Yeah, you've been doing all kinds of stuff.
I haven't started yet.
I don't know what the.
I've been up to my eyeballs in the Back to the Future train.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that that 44 will be at WonderFest 24. Nice.
Say yes. Shake your head. Just say yes, just to make me feel better.
Okay.
You got
Actually,
a whole year.
I can. What I'll do, just for him.
Do we have a display?
1 second. Don't panic, Mr. Mannery.
Keith
Right
goes,
on.
bring it.
No.
Bring it.
I've got to find the right box. Oh, this is not the right box, obviously, is it? This is
No, that's the wrong
that's
shit.
That's the dinner plate for later.
Yeah.
Wrong universe.
That's the wrong spaceship. Sorry, try again.
It's a big one though.
Wrong universe.
That's funny.
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Jordan Smithy. I hope I didn't pronounce that
What
incorrectly.
is that? Is that it?
That's
right?
Part of it, yeah. That's the front of it. Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. Let's see here.
That's
Cosmos,
the one you're looking for.
Yep. I'd rather have it painted up a little bit more than that, though.
Cosmos Aeronautica says it's the return of Ashton. Don't have those shelves fall over you there, sir.
He's been off. He had some eye surgery or something like that, and didn't go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
He's going to show me bits and pieces, isn't he?
Nice. Come on, Rich. Standing by to stand by.
I'm coming. Stand by for action. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Here we go.
Oh, I recognize that part.
Very nice spine. Brass, I'm assuming.
There we go. That's right. This carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber, yeah.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
Carbon fiber. All carbon fiber.
I might be able to pick this one up.
Is it just as strong as the brass?
Nice.
All carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Here it is.
As strong and lighter and used in Formula One cars. So, okay. You know me.
Well, it's the glue, right? It's the glue that binds.
There's the other one. There's the other cage.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, and these.
Are we done yet?
Because a lot of this stuff's already been built for me, thankfully. I mean, there's your landing legs.
Okay.
Sweetness.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're done. Go. Keep going.
All right. Anyway, so as you guys make your way to WonderFest,
but yeah, I have your e-voice.
So yeah, hopefully WonderFest 24. But for those who are waiting with bated breath, WonderFest 23 is right around the corner. We have got quite the show that we're going to be putting on. Apparently, we're not going to be in the contest room anymore. They've actually upgraded us to dealer room B, kind of in the back corner with a lot of room. At least I hope that there's a lot of room for the display, with Nick Tate actually going to be right there next to the display itself. So it's going to be a spectacular event all the way around. I want to make sure that we could get the best bang for our buck for this particular display. So lots of surprises in store. Hope you guys can make it. It's how did you say, Todd? It's one for the books, I guess.
One for the books.
So we're going to have a really good time. At least I hope I'm going to have a little bit of a good time. The logistics are still being worked out, but I'm going to need some help. I think Tom Eilerman is going to be helping out, which huge appreciation in that department, as well as Keith will be there. As far as I know, Keith Mayfield is going to be there like he was last year. So bring it. Bring your ships. Hopefully, you'll be able to bring your Thunderbird 2 again, and some of your other well-lit homemade works of art. So not only are we going to have the display down in Dealer Room B, we're also going to do our in-suite display like we normally do every year. Hopefully, we're going to be getting the bigger room this time instead of the smaller room that we had last year. I think, Todd, you've assured that, so that's awesome. So we're going to have plenty of space. BP Taylor's going to be wanting to bring his Eagle 1B ensemble. He's got like 4 or 5 different variants in the mix, and he's going to be bringing that to show off. Very cool kit. And like I said, there's about 4 different variants that he's kind of created. So you get to see that. Todd, you're going to be bringing a large number of your stuff to include your 124 tanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll be bringing a number of things too. So Todd and I are going to have to work things out to kind of get the lay of the land and the biggest bang for our buck with the spread of our collection.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, also round 2 MPC is going to be there. Well, actually round 2 MPC, AMT, and whatever other companies, sub companies that Jamie is going to be representing there at WonderFest. Hopefully with the continued announcements of UFO, the Jerry Anderson UFO series with the Interceptor and the Mobile 1, I think is what it's called. I'm really looking forward to those 2 particular kits. Because
Shadow Mobile.
Oh, yes, the Shadow Mobile. You call your cell phones mobiles over there too, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just a little bit of a UK.
Well, yeah, we have mobile phones. You have cell phones.
Mobile.
Right. I don't see any cells in them. That's the thing.
What's the what's the difference between a mobile and a phone and a mobile like Shadow?
Oh, don't worry about it. Anyway,
it's a mobile.
So yeah, this will be the first time that we get accurate mass-produced kits at hopefully the 1/48th scale level, especially the UFO Interceptors one. I've been kind of waiting for. I don't think that they've actually made an accurate kit. I know Bandai IMI in Japan had made a kit, but other than that, what do we have? The Dinky and the 1612. I think that those are the only 2 other offerings out there.
Yeah.
But this will be the first time that you'll have an accurate kit in your hands that is going to be relatively big. So hopefully there'll be some further announcements on there. Hopefully there'll be some interesting announcements in the world of Jerry Anderson. We've been very blessed this year with 3 Space 1999 kits. With the Moon Buggy kit, which is kind of a derivative off the Area 2 diorama kit that came out around the 2017 timeframe. The Eagle 4 kit, 1/72nd scale, that was phenomenal. And then of course the re-release of the cargo winch. You fans have made it very clear to round 2 and MPC that you guys want to see this kit. The kit was going for $200 to $300 on eBay, and there's still a market out there for the cargo winch. So it's nice to see that they could actually, there you go, they could actually re-release it, and hopefully they'll get some good sales out of it. So now's your opportunity to do it. I want to say it comes in at about $130 right there. That's the first edition on the bottom and the second edition on top. Jamie used the same box art. I don't really know what the retail is. I've seen them at different various prices from $129 to $179 on eBay, but I think Cult TV Man is actually selling them for a pretty good amount. Do you know, Todd?
Which one?
The cargo winch, that one there. Do you know what Cult TV is
100 if you pre-order it, which is almost too late now because I've seen them already.
Yeah, they're already shipping. Yeah,
100 and I want to say 139 or something like that.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what the retail is. And sorry for the folks in the UK that have to pay a little bit extra for your kids when they finally end up on your side of the pond. So essentially, the second edition release of that kit is identical on the inside as the first edition. There's really no difference to it. There's a little bit of difference to the box, obviously, for obvious reasons. There was a little bit of advertising of the old aluminum kits, as well as I think the Area 2 or the canister the canister kits that were both discontinued. So those are no longer on the box. So they got new stuff on the box.
Right.
Sorry about the background noise. Got my windows open. Anyway,
Airport.
No, fire truck. There's a fire truck. Anyway, so yeah, round 2 is on fire, and they've been hooking us fans up like you would not believe. I know I say it a lot, but this second edition cargo winch is basically the 27th MPC product since 2014, starting with the repops of the original kits. 27 items that you had the opportunity to order since then, which is phenomenal. I mean, in the original run, we only had the 4 kits, and that was it. But round 2 has been very supportive for the fan base.
Very supportive, yeah.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts for that? You needing any more of those kits, Mr. Ashton?
Where'd he go? Did you hear that?
I think the ones and zeros take a minute.
I currently got one of the cargo kits, the originals, up there.
Nice.
I'm getting a lot of lag. I don't know why. I look okay, but you guys are lagging. You've still got a cup in your mouth, and Todd just looks half asleep. Sorry, Todd. I don't know. Am I lagging to you?
Wonderful.
Anyway,
a little bit.
Right. So
there's nothing really I can do about that. It's
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
You might want to try. Can you want to try logging back in?
Because we were all right when we were in before. It was okay, but now obviously I'm lagging like hell, and I don't know why. Because I'm not downloading anything, which is weird.
Right.
Can I what? I can't make out what you said then.
So did you want to log back out, go back in and come back in?
Very odd. I don't know why it's doing this. What if I come out and then go back in? I don't know. Would that
try it?
Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave. It says leave studio. So if I leave and then come back, it might sort it out. I don't know.
It might.
We'll try it.
Okay.
All right. In other news, there's some other products that are coming out. Space 1999. There's no shortage of 1999 items that are coming out. Right. Not necessarily props and ships, but Powys Media just released a new novel. It's on the Lulu.com site. I believe it's only in hardbound version right now. Yeah, that one. Boy, can you shrink that a little bit?
My gosh.
Yeah, what did you do?
It went big, didn't it?
It sure did. Yes, Ken Scott has been actually doing all of the artwork for all of the Powys Media novels, the 1999 novels, and this is no different. Looks like a really good story from Bill Latham. So I'm looking forward to getting that. I already got my order in. Todd and I were definitely want to give thanks to David Hirsch for hooking us up with the audio drama series original soundtrack CDs that were actually signed by the arranger of the music.
Right.
So really do appreciate that. I made that pretty clear in the merchandise in the main page. But those who are tuning in, those are on or will be on Amazon. I think that you can pre-order them. Will be released 1 June. So that's pretty exciting news if you like the music from the audio series. So what else do we have going on? What else did I send you, Mr. Morton?
Oh, you mentioned. Let's see. You mentioned. I think.
Oh, you never showed off the UFO picture when I was talking about the UFO stuff. I probably caught you off guard. Anyway, so the big display cardboard, cardboard display was shown off last year. Hey, Rich,
Is
is that better?
Are we better? Am I better? Am I still glitching? Am I?
I don't know. You look fine to us.
Yes. No. You've
Yeah,
just
you're
both froze.
Coming in loud and clear.
Can you hear? Can you hear me? Am I moving okay? Everything's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look good, man.
No.
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Well, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
Anyway, so what you got?
Technology. Who needs it? Who wants it?
Yeah.
So Mr. Ashton, what
have I got? What have I got? What haven't I got?
What haven't you got?
What have I going? Right. Well, I'm currently just finishing off a 6-foot Back to the Future train. Can you see her?
Good. Yes. My God, that's huge.
Just at the back of her. That she's on the shelf.
That's amazing.
That I've got that on. I've got that on the go. She's nearly finished. And then obviously I'll be starting some of these.
Wow.
Ooh, pretty.
We're doing some pods.
Is that the 44?
So they're taken from the files done by the late and great Ian Lauren.
Oh, speaking of, yes, I definitely wanted to say
files
something.
before he passed, and there you go. There's the.
Sorry.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, I mean Ian Lawrence, the guy. You've actually got a really nice audio talking to him about him doing modeling and everything, and I think Ian. Me and him, we never met face to face, and we always said we're going to have that beer one day. So we'll still do that. That's still going to happen one day.
One of these days, yeah.
Go. But the thing about it is, it was an inspiration to me. That Aboas Enterprise came from him, and the work that he'd done on it already. Obviously, before he was diagnosed with cancer, then he had to start with cancer. Then it was a case of, I can't do any more work on it. Do you want it, Rich? So he did a stupid price to get rid of it. But yeah, I mean, I never met the guy personally, but we used to talk hours and hours on Facebook chat, video calling each other. And he always used to say to me, I said, look, I've got another this to do. And I'm going, he goes, very good, my son. Very good, my son. Make sure you do it right. Don't mess it up. You have my blessing. And he always used to do this. You always have my blessing, my son. Now go forth and build. But he was a real joker. He was a real, really decent bloke, and it's really sad to see him go. If anything we can take from it is the skills that he passed down, and also the encouragement he gave to people to say, look, yeah, this looks a really hard model to build, but you can do it. It's not beyond you. If you set your mind to it, you can do it. And it was an inspiration. So it's sad to see you go, Ian, but I'm going to carry on your legacy, as I've done for Tony Barnes. And yeah. It was an honor to have actually met you. Well, through the internet, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was. I did that interview a couple of years ago with him.
And you guys are froze up again.
Dang nabbit. We can hear you just fine.
Yeah, you're coming in very clear.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those.
I understand.
Yep.
So, did you want to talk a little bit about Calgary, Todd?
Yeah. A lot of folks enjoyed a visit to Calgary in Canada just a weekend or 2 weekends ago, something like that. And Nick Tate was there, and Yasko was there. David Hirsch, Robert Wood, a lot. There was probably 40 or 50 people there, which was pretty cool for a Relaxicon, so that wasn't bad. What else?
You didn't have any photographs or anything like that, did you?
Yeah, I'm going to show them right now.
Okay.
Here's some of everybody picking up.
Oh, nice.
3. Yeah, that's Darren's Eagle 3. That's Darren in the middle with Jeffrey Morris. You got Robert Wood. You got Roy. You got David Hirsch. Mr. Nick up there in the top. And that I can't remember how to say his name, but it is Jacques. Does that sound correct? He was one of the guys at the one of the fans at the Calgary.
It looks like Jacques Domain, but I don't.
Yes, that's who it is right there. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation.
Right. So they had pretty good time from what I hear. Let's see. Oh, then you got this. That one, I believe he could crash if he wasn't carrying.
Yeah, he would crash there, guaranteed. That would be into a wall, poor thing.
Yeah, that's he got on that sucker and was ready to take over as Alan Carter again. So yeah, I hear they enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, here's Jeffrey Morris and Nick. So Jeffrey's going to be at WonderFest doing his. He's going to be filming for his the Eagle Has Landed documentary. We're looking forward to meeting him. It's going to be pretty cool. There's Darren with David Hirsch's Eagle. Cool. What is that? Eagle 11?
Yeah, the 11-inch. Yep. It's the very Eagle that you saw in the end credits. On all the
end of the day, you guys need to come over to the UK because sadly we don't have Eagle 1 anymore, but Eagle 2 is very much live and kicking here.
Right.
Yep. Andrew Frampton's still the owner.
Yeah, that's right.
There's Yasko with both the original Eagles, 44 and the 11-inch. That's Eagle 3. She's so quiet. When we had her at the conventions, she was extremely quiet.
Well, I got her talking.
Yeah, I mean, but she was just, even when she talked, she was quiet. She was a low. You had to really listen to her. She didn't have a loud voice. There's Nick and Yasko.
Yeah, she was soft spoken. Yeah. She's
Yeah.
a real nice lady, though. Very nice.
I can't remember who that guy is, but he does the shows Machete.
Yeah, I thought that was the Machete guy.
He was there.
Trejo, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but there's the CD you were talking about.
Yep. Once again, a huge thanks to David Hirsch for providing that to both me and you.
So I'm just moving the PC because I think that might help it. I don't know. You never can tell.
You're fine. We can see you fine. You must be just having a tough time seeing us. I mean, it's lagging from here.
No, it's weird. Sometimes you guys freeze up and then sometimes you don't. I don't need that.
Julio,
There we go.
So according to Keith Mayfield, this is from Keith Mayfield.
So you guys are looking forward to WonderFest then?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
guys, we need to do a photo op with Nick, with us holding our eagles and Nick.
Cool. I like to say, one day I'll come over.
Come on, bring it.
I even see you seem to be lagging on my end, Gordon. Is anybody else seeing this?
Yeah, looks like I am lagging a little bit. I think
that's
your connection.
Huh?
Maybe your connection, since you're the one.
Sure, it's not that storm that's coming.
Yeah. I don't know. Is anybody seeing any of the fans out there seeing any kind of lagging? Don't forget to wear your jackets. Yes, the net is bad. I just thought it was because of the nasty weather here in Guam.
No, I don't think it's you.
But anyway, I'm going to hopefully.
Hopefully.
Who's?
What were you saying, Rich?
Hopefully this year, I'm going to make a start on both the 44s, Todd's, and for another guy in the UK. So I'll get them built at the same time. But before then, I've got to work on some Stingrays. So that's the build after I've done the train and the Liberator. I've got to get that finished, and then it's full steam ahead with Stingrays and then Eagles. So hopefully I should have your Eagle probably done October time, maybe a bit sooner. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Nice.
But like I say, I'm going to make it look extra special for you. And also, I have a friend who's got a lab pod, so I could probably sort that out as well for you.
We've actually got one too. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. I should have it at WonderFest. The master to do the molds with. I don't have any anything casted yet.
So Richard, you have some amazing works going on from Captain Scarlet that
Say again, Todd.
The Captain Scarlet page, which Todd, I forwarded you his model.
Oh, the Captain Scarlet dioramas.
Yes. Hey Todd, go ahead and show those off if you can. Those were actually amazing, and based off of the classic end credit artwork.
I gotta catch it up. What was it?
Yep.
They
were a challenge, to say the least.
But they were, especially that latest one where you had the Captain Scarlet falling in a 3D, the 3D building look, the way the buildings came down like that.
I didn't get those in my.
Yeah. The force perspective on that was a challenge, to say the least. But it all worked out. It was something I kept on running through my head, how to do it. And my friend said to me, "You sure? Do you think you can do this?" And I look, it's a challenge. I like a challenge. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if it works. And throughout the time, obviously, the start of this year I've been up and down with the eye surgeon and everything. So I spent so many times in waiting rooms, and I had my notebook just with me all the time, and I literally were just there scribbling, drawing, just getting ideas, trying to think how to do it, what perspectives, what would work, what angles would work, and I was actually shocked it worked in the end. I didn't think it would, but I'm really pleased with the outcome, and the customer was over the moon.
Oh, I loved it. It was amazing work of art.
Yeah, I see the pictures, but it's not letting me show them.
I think this is that it is when you actually say it, it's when model making turns into art.
If I could do the presenting.
Do you want me to send you the images, Todd?
Gordon sent them to me, but they changed StreamYard somehow. I can't just share photos. I have to what do you call it? Do it in a presentation, you know what I mean? Let me see. It doesn't make sense.
I'll send them through to you on Messenger if you can't find them.
I forwarded you another photo. Maybe you could grab the photo, save it somewhere, and then share it. I don't know.
What I'm getting ready to do.
Okay. But yeah, that forced perspective is amazing. I loved it. I thought it was just classic. With all pun intended, by the way.
All pun intended. Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Let's see. What is the crowd saying? What is the crowd saying?
This is the one with the sharks.
Yes.
Right.
Yep, that's one of them. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Eric Longstreet is talking about cloud-based kit would be cool. Keith Mayfield, ooh, Captain Scarlet, love that show. Scott Anderson K. Hi, folks. Are there plans to do another eagle count at WonderFest? No, we're not counting eagles unless you want to, but we're not doing any Guinness Book of World Record thing. That never really was anything that we really wanted to do or even thought of, really. What we have is something to just gawk at and to talk about and to help other folks build their respective kits and have their collections be amazing themselves. So basically, we're more of a group that would not only like to share a collection, but to inspire folks who wants to really get into the model building realm. Because quite frankly, in this day and age, there's just so much digital silliness going on with dopamine overloads with your tablets. Very few and far between do you ever see any kids or any folks actually getting into the model building, using your hands, using your brain, being strategic, doing some critical thinking, and all that, and having fun without the digital silliness that goes along with it. So, the whole modeling. I'm just over the, all pun intended, over the moon about seeing round two kits show up on these pallets at Walmart. Where it makes it a lot more available to the wider public of getting those kits in those kids' hands so they can actually do something a little different than dealing with these things all the time, right? So it's nice to see that, and to take that further, round two's got all these 1999 kits. Let's get them into the hands, so they can build, would-be builders, not me, but would-be builders, to get out there and build their eagles as they see fit for their own collection.
Right. No, I keep hitting the wrong button. All right. Well, I got you.
Let's see here. What else do we got going on here? Any high resolution interior kits for the pod?
Yeah, I sent you the images, Todd, through Messenger.
Gotcha.
Hey, Keith, I don't think that we have any high-resolution interior kits for the pod and the CM in our future, aside from the ones that have already been produced, right? So I think that there was one produced for the 148 by Theo. That would be the cockpit one. And then, of course, the passenger pod that's been done up by, Alex Jackson, is that right, Todd?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The 148 and the 172. Danny Trejo. That's right. Danny Trejo. Thank you, Mr. Longstreet. I appreciate that. I'm kind of catching up on my comments. See. Right. Any questions out there? Oh, actually, P. Joseph Kelly said, agree about the round 2 and wider distribution of kits. Any other questions from the wider audience? So one question I have, Todd, is that you said that you wanted to go around and do a little bit of a video interview this year. We've been so busy in the past WonderFest that we really haven't had an opportunity to do too much of that. It'd be kind of cool to see if we could actually do something to where we could walk the floor, get a little bit of input from Jamie, Nick, at his table. So hopefully we'll be able to shoot some live videos and I don't know, kind of bring a little bit of the WonderFest fun to you guys out there in the
ether. Definitely gonna have to do that. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Looks like David's getting ready to join us. Let me finish a few things up here.
Oh, Darren Peters is asking, why are you not posting questions? Oh, YouTube. So Todd, you're not monitoring YouTube. I'm not monitoring YouTube. I know you got it out there. You think that I'm monitoring it. So I apologize, Darren. What's your question here? And I can ask it here directly. And you can,
Oh, there's Darren. Yeah, sorry, Darren. I didn't see it was on widescreen.
Oh, I don't normally do the YouTube side of the house. I do the Facebook side.
Yeah, and I'm doing this, adding these pictures in so we can show them off. He said, happy to see you, Gordon and Todd and Richard. So nice to see you and hear. Yeah. Nice to. I'm glad you joined. I'm sorry that I didn't have you in there right away. Let's see.
And Keith, yes, I will take you up on the video assist. So definitely. Let's see. Bernard had asked, any idea of the length of the upcoming UFO interceptor? No, sir. I'm going to assume that it's going to be more than 16 inches, less than 22. If it's 148 scale. But that's a huge assumption. But I hope it is 148 scale.
Which one is it you're talking about?
Bernard was asking about the length of the UFO interceptor that round 2's MPC is going to be producing.
It's going to be 148 scale, but in that matching, I think he said it's going to be like 12 inches long or something like that. I just rewatched his.
I think it's bigger than that.
I think it's in scale with the Eagle,
right?
Which is a little bit smaller because it's a one-man vehicle,
right? But not 12, not half the size. So.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said. I thought he said somewhere. He wasn't sure at all. So.
Okay, got you.
Right,
Nick had asked, do you guys have a new moon buggy you can show close up on the camera? I'm interested to see its size. Thank you. So Todd, you have a full build 124 moon buggy in your collection behind you somewhere over there. If you want to put it in your hand and show off Nick. Excuse me, if you want to.
Which one is it? The one from 1612?
Yeah, out of your Area 2 diorama. It's the same thing as the new kit. It's the 124th one, whatever your biggest one is. It has the funky legs that kind of scoot towards the center, the astronauts.
Yeah, I don't think I have one up there from that.
Well, I remember displaying it, so it's up there somewhere. Anyway, Keith, you're probably right. Probably 16 inches in size. Yep. All right. So is Darren asking any questions? Because he's not asking any here. Is he asking questions on YouTube? Oh, okay. Anyway.
Talking about this one, Gordon? It's kind of heavy.
Probably not. That one looks a little too big. That's the 1612 one.
Okay. I thought that's what you wanted.
No. Round 2 from your Area 2 diorama. What folks would, I guess, consider the real 124 scale instead of what Jim Small, which turned to 1612 of the same size, is really not 124 scale.
I got several of them, I believe. That would be the one that came in the yeah. This one?
That looks more like it. So there you go, Nick. That's about the size of the 124.
That's the guys that go in the...
Yep, that's definitely it. Yep. Yep, that's the model kit that's out now, and that's what came out of the Area 2. So that's about the big the size of it.
Yeah, I think this is the one that Richard built for me.
Right. All right. So did you have anything else, or did Darren have any other questions on YouTube?
If the interceptor is 26.5 inches, you'll be at studio scale.
So what's 148 scale if studio scale is 124?
So that would be 13 or 14 inches, I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, we got David Jacobs. Ba-ding.
David.
Oh, no. I wasn't ready. How's it going?
Pretty good.
How's life in North Carolina?
It's rough. It's rough. Weather's
Weather's been
crazy
beautiful here.
Yeah, well, rain off and on, wind, trees down, stuff like that, all that good stuff. So,
Yeesh.
yeah, and it's been a little hard to go outside and paint because of the weather. So, just setbacks. I went through this last year.
Well, looks like you were coming a long way on that X-wing diorama that you got.
Yeah, I ran into some problems with it. Epoxying the thing together, I crushed some wiring and ended up losing about a week and a half cutting holes in the side of the canopy or the fuselage just to get access back to the wiring. So I'm trying to get it mounted back on its base, but I need to finish painting it, and then I got to get the base outside and start painting it. So it's coming along. It's like everything, last minute, whatever. So, but yeah, it's almost there. I'm waiting on my connectors right now so I can have some quick connects for this wiring harness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you that are wanting to come to WonderFest, you'll be seeing that in its full.
Nice work,
display.
David. That's really good. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a 1/12 scale. It's PETG filament.
Right. Yeah.
I wanted to use ABS, but ABS, it's a lot of problems with warpage. PETG is about the same temperature, can withstand a lot of heat. So I don't want it warping in the car.
No, you definitely don't.
Yeah, it's got
I mean,
a little
David,
bit of a.
I picked up a bird of prey from a customer in Blackpool for a
Mhm.
friend, and that was 4 foot long wingspan. The only trouble is the guy printed it all in resin, and he
Ooh.
didn't put any structure inside. So as soon as he got a bit of heat, got a bit of warmth of the summer we've just had, the wings started to droop to the point where the wings just literally sheared off, and then the front end of it fell off. So I had to repair the model before I could get it shipped to a friend. I hadn't built it, and to say I would have used PLA for some of the structure, so for the strength, and use the resin pieces for doing like detail sections and stuff like. But this guy just thought I've got a resin printer and I've got a file here and I can print it as big as I want. And it was like, okay, good, but it we're not going to survive. That's the sad thing about it. I mean, I'm going to hopefully be doing a Voyager soon, and that's going to be a mixture of PLA and resin, and that's going to be about 3 foot long miniature. But yeah.
Well, I did this,
But like I
and
say,
this,
that looks mint. Really looks excellent.
yeah, this is right at 4 foot. It's got like a 3.5 foot wingspan. I attempted this one time before in resin, but it became too heavy, and the actuators and stuff would just get in a bind, and then once again you have problems with warpage. And I even had reinforcements in it, but it was just way too heavy. So I figured I'd give it a shot again. I think I might have in this one. I think the 23rd of this month makes 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing about PLA's got it's got a low temperature tolerance too. But I found that, and I was using ABS, a lot of ABS. I think the last one, which was the DeLorean I did, it was ABS. And that was a lot easier because I could do vapor smoothing with that. With this stuff here, with this PETG, it'll soak up the paint. It's super easy to sand. It's not like PLA. PLA is just that kind of hard to finish. But if you try PETG, it is the easiest stuff to sand. And this entire paint job, whatever you see going on, all the filling and everything is taking place while I'm painting it. Because it's so big, I'm not losing any detail. But there's a few places I have to go back and re-scrap some of the lines. But this PETG right now is one of my favorite filaments to use. I do use resin, but resin's just not durable. It's good for small parts, but I don't like using it for big parts. I think the entire cockpit is resin. The rest of it is PETG. So hopefully I'll have all my electronics today so I can finish wrapping this thing up. I still got this speaker box behind me. I got to finish this, which that's this. And right now it's playing soundtrack from Star Wars. So, but it's got an entire automated, it's going to play the, pretty much most of the Death Star attack, from the New Hope. So it'll be playing that entire sequence. There's some videos out there on Facebook that's kind of shows bits and pieces of it going off. So it's been crazy.
It looks like it's going to be the new number one, the new winner of WonderFest.
Well, that's like and here's the thing. Just like usually, if I have an accident or a mistake, I'll try to utilize that. My first set of engines, right during the painting process or getting ready to mount it on this frame so I could do my painting, I started installing my LEDs, or actually inserting them into the engine tubes, and come to find out I shorted one of them out, and it was going to take me a week to get another little trinket. So I had some more LEDs laying around, so I decided instead of having those 7 LEDs in there, I ended up putting, I think it's 32 LEDs in each one of the engines.
Good
And
grief.
I ended up laser cutting these acrylic parts here.
Very nice.
I guess you can see it. So I said, well, let me see if I can make it look like it's actually doing something. Because, I like to have effects going off, and I like to keep it close to what the movie looks like. And if not, I'll try to improve it. Matter of fact, that's it. That's the engine that the stabilizer will be breaking loose on. So that's the only one engine that's going to be flashing, and the video doesn't do it any justice. I think I sent Todd a video. It doesn't really do it any justice. It looks good, but it actually looks even better in person. I can't really describe it unless you see it, but it almost looks like a reactor going off, or a blast furnace. You just can't. I can't get the camera to really get it because it just blinds the camera. So
I tried to upload the videos, but it's obviously not letting me.
yeah, it's. But
Whoa, where'd he go?
whoa, what happened?
There you go.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, he's back. He's back.
But yeah, anytime I have a mistake or an accident, I'll try to improve it, and that's where all those layers of laser cut acrylic came in. So what I did was started stacking them, and on each one of these layers here has a strip of LEDs running around it, programmable LEDs, SMDs. So it actually has almost looks like it's rotating inside and doing like a reactor going off. So, but you'll probably only see it in person. There are some videos that show it actually working, but it looks better in person. I usually, you guys know by now, I usually build my builds. I use a camera to build, so I'm constantly taking pictures and trying to improve on it by, looking at how it looks on the camera and how does it look in person, and I try to balance it out. So,
It's pretty amazing.
Amazing.
And of course, you guys know it's got articulated wings. All the cannons, they don't fire at the same time. Most of these
Turn your
X-wing.
camera towards the X-wing. There you go.
Yeah, most of these. Hold on, let me undo all this stuff. Let's unplug you. But let's see if I can do this. But yeah, it's there's a little bit of stuff going on in there. I still got to go back, repaint R2 and all this, but I kind of, it all has to be kind of done after, all the painting and everything has to take place after the fact. The way I do these stupid things, it just, there's so much electronic mess I try to cram into them. I just keep going and going and going until it fails. So, but yeah, there's the whole thing about it is when it's actually working, when I get everything going, like I said, there's a lot of videos out there right now on Facebook. I want you to walk away from it out of the corner of your eye. I want you to see something else when you're walking away from it. So, that's pretty much it. I wish I'd have had more done so I could actually show it off today, but I think I stayed up till 6 o'clock this morning working on these racing stripes and some of that weathering and stuff. So
Go faster.
and I'm not trying. Yeah, go faster. And I'm not. I'm not trying to recreate an identical Red 5. basically recreating the digital version of Red 5. So, I'm not going after every little crazy paint stroke or anything like that. It's just a representation of it, because I know a lot of people get a little offensive when it comes to that, but
well, they're the ones not building it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that.
yeah, and also the other thing is that I'm really crazy about rattle cans, so I tried to see how far I could go without using an airbrush, and so far what you're looking at right now is all from a rattle can. This is a rattle can and pastels. Rattle can and pastels only.
Unreal.
Like all this is pastels, rattle can. Just all this was hand painted. Every bit of that cockpit was hand painted. And it's crazy hand painting and trying not to have brush strokes. So, but he's articulated Luke Skywalker, articulated R2. I did run a few where I've actually, and I can't show it now, but there is a couple of videos out there. There's a couple of LEDs attached right in here at the base of this R2 unit. A couple of green ones and one white one, a strobe for a short. So right there close to the end, you'll see Darth Vader, supposedly TIE Fighter, will take a couple of hits at this. He'll flash out, strobe, and he'll do his last little rotation, and it's done.
Wow.
So let's see. Same thing with this engine. This is the engine that takes the damage. LEDs in here, LEDs up here in the front, LEDs across the back, and this entire engine section right here is going to flare up. I sent Todd a video on it, but he can't show it, so you'll have to find it on Facebook.
I might come to WonderFest.
Yeah, come to WonderFest and see it. So, just like the same thing. You're building a 6-foot time machine, the train time machine, correct?
Oh, Richard is.
Is he still there?
That's right. Yeah, the big time train. Yes.
Yeah, I was actually, what was supposed to come this year was my time machine, but it was the science experiment, and it come up to being about 12 foot long.
Bloody hell!
Yeah. There's some pictures out there where I started on it. I have the track, everything laid out. It's got a fog machine in it, strobe lights, all kind of crazy stuff. And I was actually going to animate the characters on that one too.
Right.
Yeah. So basically she's hanging off the side and the doc's rescuing her. That was what it was going to be, and I was going to animate that.
Yeah.
And but I put that one on hold and jumped on this. But yeah, that came up to being about 12 foot long. And I've also got the works in for that time machine, the one that you're working on, which comes up to being about 6 foot too. So I think that was 1/8 scale, correct?
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, she must be easy 6 foot and a bit. I mean, I can't take credit for the build. I was the client sent that model to me to be painted and finished for the Science Museum in Milton Keynes. So I can't take credit for the build. I can take credit for the paint job. The thing about it is there's some things on there I would have done differently, as in it was a real pain to paint certain areas because it's all one piece. If I would have done it, I would have had pieces come off that would make it easier for masking and spraying. But reference-wise, there is reference out there on the internet. Some of it contradicts what it is, because the one that's on display, I think, at Universal Studios is different to the one that actually was used for filming. And then you've got the miniature, which is slightly different again. So you just have to do something that accommodates all and looks right. But yeah, it's a lot of spraying, a lot of masking. I've never done so much pin lining in my life. I never thought I could do it, but it's a challenge again. And you set yourself out to do it, and you go, right, can I? Some of it I have to do with tape, which is the trim lining tape, because I can't mask in there. It's too tight, and I won't get a decent finish. But generally, 90% of it is all paint.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. That's basically the same thing with this, but that was my stupidity because I knew I had to do a certain thing to make it work a certain way. So I had to build it in layers, and I knew, well, the only thing that I pre-painted was the cockpit. Everything else was going to have to come last. And right now, all this painting and masking, even the finishing, it's all taking place after the fact. So I might have a couple.
I think I've got shares in Tamiya masking tape.
Yeah, I've actually got a couple of cases of tape. So, but yeah, and like with these filament prints, a lot of people try to finish and do all this. I'm using my paint as filler because I'm doing this thing in layers. So I'm literally painting, sanding it off, and the good thing about this is it's dirty, so it doesn't matter.
I think that's it. It's right. With the time machine, she's sort of got to look perfect. There's no dirt on her at all as such.
Yes.
In fact, I'll tell you what I will do. I'm risking something here, but I'll get her down for you and I'll put her on the bench. So bear with.
Thank you.
This is going to be this is going to be interesting because she's big.
Be careful.
I will. I'll try my best. I've got her this far. I don't want to break her.
How much weight? How much weight do you have on that?
She's quite light, actually, because she's scratch built. The guy scratch built her.
Mm-hmm.
So let me think how I'm going to do this. Dum. Yeah, I know I'm going to do it. Okay. Right, put that there. And put that on.
Ooh, that got bright.
It's all got bright. It's all got bright in it. Let me just actually. Let's kill that. Right, here we go. Right, this is going to be interesting. Oh, baby. Come on. There you go. Right. This is where it's coming. That's there. Yeah. We're in.
Yeah. That thing's huge.
Yep, it is. Time machine.
Might as well build a full size one now.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that is nice.
Hang on. There you go.
How the hell do you even get the parts? And that's amazing to go scratch built all the way.
I have to take the guy made it. It's all scratch. And I have to take my hat off to him. He's done a great job.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the scratch building, which I enjoy the scratch building, but gosh, the freaking materials are so dang expensive now.
Oh yeah. Plastic is very expensive in the UK. Plastic has become very expensive just for sheets of plastic for bits and bobs. So yeah.
Yeah, because I did the Altaires. I did the 6-foot Altaires, and I think I sunk about $1,300 in plastic in that thing.
Oh my word! Yeah, you can be you'd be spending some serious money, serious
Yeah.
money. I mean, also paint. I mean, to paint a model now, I went because I bought a load of diamond white. So I bought 4 tins of diamond white, 2 tins of primer, 1 tin of filler primer, and that was not far off in UK money, £70.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
and the thing is, if you do it, so for instance, because I've got to do 244-inch eagles, I'll be going through quite a few tins of white, so diamond white with that, and then obviously there's going to be other colours, and I'll be airbrushing panels on, and this, that, and other. But yeah, it's there's going to be a lot of money spent.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like my water-based paints, but one little bottle of the little oh gosh, what are they called? Brain dead right now. Let me grab one. Hold on.
Well, I use Vallejo colours.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I use Vallejo. I love that paint, but let's do a comparison.
Oh, there we go. There's the fall, the flames.
That's crazy.
Hold on. I'm trying to come around. I got stuff everywhere. Let's see. Oh yes. But yeah, a little bottle of this right here
I'm gonna put you up there.
is the same price as this right here.
I know.
The bottle of hold that bottle up again.
Well, we can put them together.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's that.
And the thing is, honestly, you would.
I mean, I buy this is the gold. This is the gold. This is the gold I've been using. And
Yeah.
as you can see, all the gold on her, and I've only used a bit, real small amount of this Vallejo, and I think this was about £11 for this bottle, and that's.
Yeah. It's getting expensive these days.
It does get expensive. I mean, the thing is also when I looked at that paint for the gold, and I was like, is that going to work? Is that going to look too yellowy? If you know what I'm saying, it's not going to look. It's not going to give it that kind of gold that's like burnished. And amazingly, because it's all black, this came all painted black, and then I overpainted it again black. The gold really worked so well with it. So, yeah.
Todd, you got a picture of the time machine?
The one you did?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I've got pictures of it, but I'd have to search for it.
Yeah, I sent you too much stuff. Yeah, even with that time machine, that was all with the rattle can. That and it's a 1/8 scale DeLorean, and it actually had a smoke generator in it.
Wow.
And what you would do is you would flip the Mr. Fusion open, and I had a little trough in there. So you just put some vape juice inside of that trough, and then it had a pump to pull it down into the vape chamber, and it was backlit, so it would just light up and spew out white vape. And the whole time it was just hovering, spinning around on top of the billboard. And that one was called the Plan, because they were going back to retrieve the almanac. And all I did was just spin around, and it was crazy. But it turned out pretty good. But that was all rattle can. Just, the price of materials is crazy. That's why I started kind of 3D printing more and more and more, because filament's a whole lot cheaper than buying sheets of plastic. and plus I could CAD it up real quick and make whatever part I want. And just like right now, I've got a printer going right now, reprinting well, not that one. I got a printer going right now, printing another piece of tile for this Death Star surface. So, and the thing is with the 3D print, I can just let it do its own thing. So that's less work that I have to do. And I'm not trying to be lazy. I'm just trying to do something and do it quick. Okay, yeah, and I'm being lazy. I'm being lazy
the
too.
Thing about it is though, but some people don't get it, that they think that a 3D printed piece just comes off the printer and it's good to go, but it's not. You literally have to sand away, tidy it all up. There might be things on the print that might have not gone quite right, so you have to get out the calipers, remake the piece, scratch build it accordingly, and then match it back up. It's not. I take it off the printer, I throw a can of paint on it, and then I go. It's done. That's not how it works.
No, the resin ones. I mean, you pretty much
have day finishes everything.
The resin prints. You pretty much got almost a ready finished part. But when you get down to the filament, you just don't know what's going to happen, and you can lose a print. But I think the 3D printing part of it is probably the ultimate garage kit. That's and the thing is unlike a garage kit, if I make a mistake, no problem, I'll just reprint another part. And with a garage kit, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna have to fix this part. So
yeah,
I mean, literally, I cut out a big section of this right here, and I said, well, you know something? I just took the model, threw it back into my program, and I just cut that section out, and just stuck it back in there. But I still had to prep it to get it in there. I had to use a saw to cut it out, but it's not. It's a lot of people might think that 3D printing, whatever, it's like cheating, and I used to think that, but it's far beyond a kit. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of work involved with a 3D print.
Yeah.
There's a huge culture shift as well, right? So there's an attitude before, but now the attitude is quite shifted, and now it's more accepted. Quite a bit more.
I've also noticed that some of these kits that some of these people are producing, they're actually 3D printing the part, finishing it up, getting it nice and clean, and they start making their molds, and they do their castings and everything, but they've done it off of a 3D print.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think the build part of it. Actually it is. The build part's addictive, but I think seeing it come off the printer is the most addictive thing about it. So, but don't get me wrong, I still love scratch building, but this is like the ultimate garage kit. And
you think?
I like, when I started doing this, this is not made to automate or anything like that. So I'm literally trying to engineer this thing to work. And I finally, right at that day when I saw the foils open up, I was ecstatic. I was just laughing and giggling like a little kid in a candy store. So, because that's something I've always wanted, and I've done a lot of research on how to make the S-foils on the X-Wing open. And finally, I figured it out. But that's at this scale. Now, the smaller ones, no. Because I've got 2 linear actuators up in this area right here. And they only move like 1/4 of an inch, like 250 thousandths. That's all they move. But it, opens the wings up to where they need to be at. So,
well, you probably are setting the stage for WonderFest to probably be doing changes to their dealers. I wouldn't be surprised to see more and more 3D printing business going on, except you see the sprayers and those type of things going on, casters, whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if you started seeing 3D print stuff going on more and more as the years go on.
Right.
And I usually bring a printer with me. I usually carry a printer with me when I go to WonderFest. I like to have a printer with me just in case I want to make something. So, but I usually keep a printer going. I think I do have a Y-wing, but after I started doing this X-wing, I'm like, man, that Y-wing's too small. I need it to be 1/12 scale. So it's sitting in a box back in the back room. So I definitely want to do a Y-wing of this, the same scale. So, but
well, we'll see what happens at WonderFest 24, huh?
Well, I've still got my
That's right.
time machine. I still have my time machine, the Wild West time machine that I've got to finish that up.
Gotcha.
And I'm breaking that up into two parts because I know I can squeeze a 6-footer in there, but I can't squeeze a 12-footer in there. So I just squeeze them in there separately and say, oh, it's two different models, but they hook together. So, yeah, so I'm always pushing the limits. I think the biggest one I've had there was the Altairian, and that was over 6 foot long. And
Gotcha.
and that one had that CO2 gas in it, and luckily I got to shoot it off inside a convention. But time machine, I couldn't show the smoke. This one here don't have no smoke, but it does have a lot of flashing lights. So
Don't give all your gadgets away. Make them come see it.
yes,
This is one of the Richards builds that I'm showing up now. We were talking about earlier. I guess you got a cave in.
Yep.
yeah, you had a quick. You had another picture. I saw it pop up. It was the fall, that tower, that forced perspective. You showed it there for a split second.
I think it's right. I'm talking about where he fell on the.
Yeah, I saw it. Just nope. There's another one. You got one more.
Yeah, the fire.
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the false perspective one. Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Me too. That's my favorite out of all of them there, Mr. Ashton.
Yep, I like that one.
Who'd you do these for?
That's just complete crazy. It's craziness to work out. But I spent so much time in waiting rooms in hospitals, so it was like, yeah, here we go. We'll be able to knock this out.
Yeah.
We'll have a play. We'll see what we can do. And it was interesting to say the least.
Absolutely. Well, listen, guys, I need to run. I need to drop off here, but you guys continue to chit chat. Really appreciate your time and talking about WonderFest and everything. Hopefully, we'll be able to see you there. We're going to be going pretty much guns a blazing with Nick Tate and all. So it's going to be fun. David Jacobs and his probably first place X-Wing fighter diorama. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it myself. And then, just to see everybody there again, it's kind of like a really cool, great meetup. Anyway, have a great day. And thanks, Todd, again for inviting me. Have a great one.
I'll talk to you later.
Right now.
I'm still here.
Oh, who did I just get rid of? There he is. Yeah, here's your other one I was going to show.
Take care.
This is another one you did.
Is it just me and you, Todd?
No, David's here.
Oh, there's David. He's back.
Yeah,
Oh, he's gone.
flipping around everything.
Don't come back.
Made it.
Dear. Okay. Right.
See you later, Debbie.
So we've got the underwater scene here.
That's pretty neat.
Captain Scarlet end credits.
So where do you get those sharks? Where'd you get them sharks?
This is the actual. I'll give you a bit of context on this. The great white sharks, they are it's from the Pegasus kit.
Oh, okay.
Which you can get. They're commercially available.
Nice. Okay.
Yes,
And all the Captain Scarlets are made from the Sevens kits with resculpted heads and bod.
Resculpted heads.
Didn't the Alterys end up in that Captain Scarlet? If I'm not mistaken, I think the Alterys ended up being part of that Captain Scarlet thing. Did it not?
I'm sorry, guys. You guys are lagging to me, so I'm hoping I'm
Again
saying the right thing in the right place.
No, you're doing just fine.
Okay.
I wonder if it's the pictures.
So that obviously that one there, the spike one, that was the first one we did. And the things, it looks like it's really long, but it's only like that. And the figure is the Sevens kit. So the Sevens figure is about a foot, about 12 inches, maybe a bit more. But yeah, that was the first one, and obviously the second one's the underwater, and then the rock one, and then obviously the force perspective. I've still got some more to do for the customer. He wants me to do the one with in like the swamp, reaching out, trying to grab the vine. And he was also looking at the one of him being pushed out the car, moving car.
I found out why we might be lagging. Are you still lagging, Mr. Ashton? I'd say that's you.
Testing. I mean, I don't see any. I don't see any lag between you and I, but technology.
Yeah,
I'm getting a lot of lag from you guys, really a lot.
Yeah.
Solar flare.
Solar flare, yeah.
It's not letting me.
It's an alien spaceship that's trying to land.
Yep.
What in the devil?
We're going to try and land on the White House lawn. I don't know.
Sorry about that, peeps. Hopefully it's not messing us up too much.
I think. Let's see here.
Mr. Ons. Are you still getting a little bit of a lag, Richard? I don't understand it.
It's okay. Let's see here.
You all right? There's the canopy.
I'm getting a lot of lag, mate. A lot of lag.
Let me see if I can fix you. Just click back on. And he's gone just like that. You're good, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm here in the U.S. Not too far from you.
I know, but I don't understand what's going on. It looked like I had my it looked like it.
There he is.
Doing it through the mobile phone. Does that work better?
Yeah, I hear you. I see you.
Hang on.
Looks like you're doing.
1 second.
That's what I'm using the phone.
Right. Is that better than the PC?
Yes.
Right. PC, I'm going to throw in the bin.
Yeah,
Right. Let me get out of this.
That's why I'm on the phone, because it says too much going in the background on the PC. So
That's probably what it's doing. Okay. Right. Let's just shift you out of the way. There we go. Right. This works better. The line's not going to be great. Swap the lighting over.
yeah, this is the key. Thanks, Keith. And yes, Keith, I still have the Ender 3. I think I've got 3 of them. The first 2 one of them is completely modified. The second one is partially modified, and the third one is getting all the spare parts from the first 2. Then I got 2 Cobra Max printers. They're pretty large. And then I've got the 2 resin printers. So yeah, I'm stocked up on printers now. So I could use a few more. So the more printers, the faster you can put something out. So I think like the X-Wing, I probably had this X-Wing printed out in probably, I don't know, a couple months maybe. So that's a good thing about the printing, is I can actually work while it's printing parts, so I'm not losing any time. The only time I lose is when I'm going back and making a repair from where I damaged a wiring harness or something like that. But that's the good thing about printing. You can just keep on going, keep going, and you can keep building, so you're not losing any time. And like I said, I think the 23rd of this month makes it exactly 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. It's either 4 months or 5 months. So, and shoot, some people don't even get one built in a year.
Yeah.
So, and that's not the half of it. You know, I had to design a box or a display for it, and you know, Icons. You remember Icons? They came out with that first X-Wing fighter, and I'm like, man, oh God, I want one so bad. And you know, they were limited, so you couldn't get one, and they were super expensive. So I'm basically going with the Icons look about it, but it's a speaker box with that
light above you, Richard.
I know it's. I'm in the dark.
There you go. Perfect.
There you go. Perfect.
Perfect. You can just sim it. Oh, dude, I'm sorry about this. The PC.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
I was actually seeing everybody okay, and you were.
it was weird. I was trying to have a conversation with you guys, and I'd get you. All the images would freeze, and then I'd hear bits of conversation, and they're going, I don't know when to say anything because
Right.
I might be talking over somebody who's already talking. I was like, oh no, this has gone to. Oh dear. I'm glad you like the engine anyway. She's nearly done. She's nearly done. I'll
think
post some pictures of her tomorrow. There's a little bit of work to do on the front line. There's a little bit to do on the tender, but after that she's done. And then we've got to sort out taking her to Milton Keynes to the Sci-fi museum down there.
That's where it's going to go.
That's where she's living. Yeah, that's where she's going to go.
I'm going to visit that place next year. Honestly,
one day we'll make it there. One day we'll make it there.
I'm going.
Well, like I say, I want to introduce you to Eagle 2. I would introduce you to Eagle 1. Sadly, it's gone.
Yeah, and whoever's got it's not.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to find out who's got it. I don't know who's got it.
It's aggravating.
I got a feeling it's New Zealand way, but I don't know.
That's what everybody says.
I don't know. I have no idea. Like I say, I know Dave Sisson really well, and I don't think even David knows where it's gone. So
he's got it. He sent it, didn't he?
No. Well, what actually happens is when you sell something through Prop Shop, and I didn't know this, you basically they pay you some of the money in advance. They take the model off you, and then they go through the sale. Obviously, they take their commission, and they deal with everything else. And if the customer says that they want to stay incognito as such, then that's what happens. They don't say anything about it. They won't tell you who's got it or whatever. So when it's gone, and that's it. So. But I know why my PC's been playing up, because my friend Warren, who does all my lighting rigs for me, he's a really good guy, and he's doing a lot of printing for me as well. And we always try and do something special every other year or something like that, just to promote the company, just to take something out that's big, that people go, wow, look at that. And this year, we're looking at doing the Voyager. So we're going to do a 3-foot Voyager with all the lighting and everything, because Gambody has just released a file of the Voyager, and it's very good. I don't know how accurate it is. There may be some little tweaks that might need to be made, but generally she looks really good. And also, my friend's also got the file for the Enterprise E, First Contact, Enterprise, etc. So he's looking at doing that as well. Trying to fit them in with all these Eagle builds that I've got to do.
Yes.
Well, you're sitting there talking about how accurate something is.
Yeah.
If it's not, way I do just like with the X-wing, for instance. This is definitely not game body. But I use Tinkercad.
Yeah.
And I'll literally take parts of that model, which I've done a good chunk of this one. I'll drop it in Tinkercad and make some whatever changes. There's a couple of things, and there's so much trying to find a studio model, trying to find a correct 3D model like what they use in Star Wars. And then after you get farther along, oh man, I missed that. Oh, I didn't see that. And I noticed this last night when I was painting. There's a little spot right here that's incorrect. And something?
Nobody
I
says
have
Screw
to
that.
have a,
Screw it.
I have to have a stopping point, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just cut that out, and I'll just cut it out of some styrene. But I'm like, I'm at the point now we're so close to Wonderfest, I'm scared to touch it.
I
Absolutely.
think the thing about it is it's like this Back to the Future train. There's things on it that because I when I do a build, and I presume you do the same, David, and obviously Todd. I'm fresh to something. I've never built it in my life. Yeah, I've watched the TV show. I might have indulged, but I'm green behind the ears, as we would say. So I literally do my best to research and jump into the source material as much as I can, so that, and I try not to work off other people's models. I
Yeah,
try to work off the original, because I always feel that if you try and work off somebody else's work, then whatever errors they made, you're just passing them on to your model or making them bigger. So
Right.
if you can go back to the original miniature, and even, but the problem is, and I found this a lot doing models for customers, is you you work on that miniature, but then when you actually see the studio miniature and you look at the quality of the finish on the studio miniature, and you go, that looks a bit rough around the edges. But the thing about it is, it was built to do a task. It was built to fly past camera really fast. It was built to do this. It was built to do that. And it wasn't built for somebody to look at it on a table and inspect it with a microscope.
Right.
yep.
So what you have to do is you have to do best of both worlds. And well, I'll give you an instance. Todd, I'll give you an instance. You've got one of my models there that, if you actually look at the original studio miniature, it's horrible, which is the control tower from Space 1999.
Oh yeah.
If you look at the original, it looks like it's been painted in 2 minutes, and it probably was, because
Yeah.
we've got to get this knocked out. Oh, well, just throw some paint on it, stick a decal there, just get it done, get it on the set, get it filmed, get it done. And I looked at that miniature, and I looked at the original photographs, and I just couldn't paint it like that, because it looked rough,
There.
really, really rough. So I just thought, we've got to do a compromise here. So we've got to make it, everything's got to be as it was. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen up them corners. I'm going to tidy up that. There's a decal. It's not straight. I'm going to straighten it up. As if the artist who worked on the show, if you gave him another 2 hours, say, just to finish this off, instead of he needs to get it out now, it's got to be rushed, it needs on set, it should have been filmed half an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to do the best I can where I'm given. So I love looking at the original studio miniatures, because they're brilliant. And they are, but when I come to doing like a replica or something that's going to be on somebody's shelf, I try and tidy up odd bits that are a bit unneat and just try and make them better. And like I say, now I'm starting to do Trek stuff. And the thing I've learned from people building Trek models is you can't put any dirt on them because they're clean. Every line is a pinstripe line. It's sharp. I mean, I have to give a lot of credit to Andy, who's doing the refit Enterprise, the boa kit like I've got, and the amount of work he's put into it with the pearls and all the masking and everything. He's been working on that model for about a year over, and the thing looks stunning. And it's all that paint and all that masking and all that spraying, and then it's just like, and it gets anal. There's no word about it. But when you're doing a Trek model, it's got to look sharp as hell. And like I say, I'm going to be doing the Voyager, so I'm going to do the same with that. And I presume, obviously, Round 2 will release it, or it's going to be AMT after season 3 of Picard. There's going to be Titans flying here, there, and everywhere, or Enterprise Gs, whatever it's called now. So,
yeah. Speaking of round two, I wanted to show that picture. That's their UFO.
I've got one of them. I've got one of them here.
Yeah, but it's not a kit. Well, it
No,
is.
No.
It's
Well,
completely
it's a garage kit. It's done by Studio 2 Models, Mammoth, here in the UK. Shape's really good. It gives you a cracking shape. It gives you vac forms and everything. The original kit bits are cast up in resin and white metal. If you want to take it to the next level, the kits are still available out there, Airfix, and Revel kits, I think. So you could actually use the exact kit bits. But yeah, I've got one of those for a customer. He's in Canada. He's meant to be coming over to collect it. So it's been sat on my shelf. It's the Shadow Mobile number 3. So,
yeah. So there's different versions of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that, I think if that's going to be produced as a kit, like you say, I think the best way to do it would be to have the top removable. So what you do, you make the entire model as a kit, but you can do 3 different versions. So you have the top, you can remove it and you can have it as a flat top. Then you can have it as another version with the rocket launcher. No, it's not a rocket launcher. It was grenade launcher and the pop-up machine gun nest. And then you could have a third one with a little motor inside, so you could have the rotating dish on the top.
Oh yeah.
So really, you only have to make one kit, and then you just make a different top for it, and then you could sell 3 different kits like you do with the Eagle. So you've got the standard Eagle, you've got your cargo Eagle. It's the same kit, but you've just got a different pod. So I think Jamie could do a real good thing with this.
Yeah.
What scale is it going to be? What scale?
He said 148.
Why didn't you do it 135th?
Yeah, because I don't know. That's
135th. I mean, on the day 135th, people could convert Tamiya soldiers into aliens and stuff like that. So you could do it. 148. It's too small. Too small. You should have done 135th. Easy. Slap his Danny when you see him.
I'll be live with Jamie while we're there, so I'll just make sure you're on.
Yeah, it needs to be 135th scale, something like that. Because that makes it about that big.
I'd say the
148. It's going to be only like that.
Like 14, 12. 14,
you need it something like this. That's why I think that's why the 22-inch Eagles have sold so well, because they're a nice size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the correct size for the miniature that was used for filming, but it's also a nice size that you can have on your shelf.
Well, also, when you start getting real small, you lose a lot of detail, and it looks more like a toy.
That's my worry. That's my worry with it. Yeah.
And I mean, I ain't cutting anything down, but you can do the extra work to make it not.
I'm getting really dark.
But that means going in there scribing and trying to miniaturize like panel lines and stuff like that, and then you got to deal with your paint. So, the bigger the better. I hate to say it, but the bigger the better.
Yeah, the bigger the better. But then they have to also cater to the people that don't have huge collections.
Yeah.
I get that. End of the day, I know that's why in Japan they do. Obviously, Tamiya did that range of 148 scale tanks because in Japan people have not got much room to display stuff. So it's a case of everything's a bit smaller.
But they do a fantastic job on their detail.
Oh, they're amazing. They're amazing.
I mean, you can look at their little tiny model and think, oh, wait a minute, how big is that thing?
Yeah.
And come to find out, that thing's just 6 inches long. And you'd think looking at it was like 8 inches long, but no, it's a little 6 inch long model. So
no, Tamiya's stuff's amazing. Yeah. Really is. Really is good quality. I can't fault. I can't fault it. Can't fault it at all.
So yeah, you need to think about coming over here that next year.
Yes, sir.
Am I allowed?
You're not allowed. Give it a
Have I got to? Have I? As soon as I hit the airport, have I got to fill in a survey?
Yeah.
I mean, there was still this talk. I don't know what's happening to it, but I heard the talk pre-pandemic thing that there was meant to be a massive Anderson thing happening in London,
It's supposed to be next year. Yeah.
and I've heard nothing of it. I've heard nothing at all.
I
It's all quiet on the Preston front.
tried. I guess they're going to start announcing things again.
Yeah, because like I say, there's an event that's just happening in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know the exact date down at It's called Brit Sci-fi down at Leicester Space Centre, and it's just been and it's like it seems to be all last minute. I mean, me and Dave Sissons, we put on the show down at the Cromford Meadow, and we advertise that well in advance, so people can come over, and if they want a table to display, they can do.
Yeah, the people that are coming from outside your country.
Yeah, so we know
they need time to book flights, because there's a lot of flights you can do, and you can pay as you until it's time to fly.
Yeah, it is where it is. It is where it is. But yeah, but you like say regarding your eagle, sir. Things are coming together. So, like I say, I've got everything I need. It's just a case of scheduling it in the build frame. I mean, normally I would put your builds. I would realistically be doing them next, but I'm having to juggle them because in the UK we don't do this thing called hot weather very much. So when we get it, it's like hey, fantastic. So basically, what I'm doing is I've got some stingrays to build, and stingrays have like about 4 or 5 coats of paint. So, and you have to mask and then paint and then mask and then paint. And the thing about it is, it's all rattle cans. So you'll be happy with that, David.
Oh, yes, love it.
And the thing about it is, when you're masking, you can't mask over wet paint.
Nope.
Because you'll just get marks over the paint, even though you think the paint's dry. It's not.
Nope.
So we need really good weather, really good warm weather, a bit of climate change. No wrong with that. And then warm everything up, and we can get it all painted, and it all ends up great. And then I can get it knocked out, and then onto some eagles.
Well, that's like when I did the Swift. The Swift was that was all rattle can, and right there close to the end, I was running out of paint. I didn't look at it, didn't pay any attention, and I went and got some more paint.
Yeah.
And I was in a hurry because I got like a week or so to get that thing ready to go. So I'm spraying that back area of it, and the next thing I know, I start seeing all these little cracks. I'm like, oh Lord, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And the whole back of that thing just it looked like it was awful. And that was for me using Krylon, and I forgot what the other paint was, Rust-Oleum. And when those two hit each other,
they didn't like it.
They did not like it, and now I'm freaking out. And Keith has got it now. I literally had to take that entire backbone. I had to go buy a 5-gallon bucket of Purple Power, and I had to dip that entire back section of that Swift in that bucket.
to get rid of all the paint, to lift the paint off.
To get the paint off of it, because I had to take it all the way back down because the whole back end of that area is made out of acrylic or plexiglass, perplex. Whatever it's called. And there's another material I like using. It's a beast to cut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now I've got a laser cutter. It's nothing to cut now. It's like cutting butter. Yeah. So I think all these panels on the back side here is laser cut. So
and you're doing.
I would have loved to have had that when I was doing the Swift. That would have saved me so much time.
And you're doing some variations of the Eagle Pod for somebody also.
Me?
Yeah, Richard.
Yep. Sorry.
You showed it.
Right. Well, I've got these. They've got a little bit of warpage on them. That's to do with the resin. It's something we're testing out. There's got a little bit of warpage on it, a little bit, but I'm going to take that out. I'm going to car body fill that. I'm going to blend it. I'm going to put a ruler under it. I'm going to mark it. I'm going to, sort it out. But yeah, I mean, these were designed by Ian. So
that's the one you're using for mine, right?
Yeah, this is what you're going to get for yours. I mean, you look at the back, you look at those ends.
Beautiful.
Hang on, there we go. The detail on them, it's good. Yeah. Really good, and he's added detail on them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a bit, that's not accurate. Well, they can be. You can chop those out. You can chop these sections out and just put a black behind it.
A little more detail in it.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
At the end of the day, this is what Ian did. I mean, these are I built the landing legs. So that's the landing leg. Hang on, where we go? There we go. So that's the landing leg. So, and that's all resin printed. That's Ian again. All of Ian stuff. Hang on.
So 2024, I might have a 44-inch Eagle there.
You will have a 44-inch Eagle.
9 years. It's been 9 years. I've been trying.
Yeah, well, you didn't know me. If you knew me sooner, you'd know it's bloody soon.
Right.
Right. Anyway, and that's the underfloor. That's all the piping for the underfloor.
Nice.
But a friend of mine, I got talking to him, and he's got a lab pod, and I think he had another, just a standard pod. I don't know. I definitely know he's got a lab pod. So talk to me, Todd. Talk to me, Todd.
I need a lab pod also.
You need a labby. Well, you've got a spine booster, so you need a labby, don't you?
Right.
So it is what it is. I mean, the whole thing is, I know that the pod should be 400 mil in length, and sometimes they vary a little bit. So it's got to fit in the middle of your Eagle, no matter what. Because end of the day, I know you're going to take the damn pod out, and then you'll put a different pod in there, and then you'll fly it around the room, trip over and smash it, and then send it back in bits and go, Rich, can you fix this, please? Because it's all broken on that trip.
No smashing going on, just whooshing.
Just whooshing.
Yeah.
This is a question. Is the squirrel still in one piece?
Is the what?
Is the squirrel?
Oh, yeah. Sitting right back there on the shelf.
Some people don't like that. They don't like it. Plain squirrel.
You take an Eagle beak and put something on it. It works for me. You can put it on the front of the Shadow Mobile. And I'll be like, wow, look at there. That's probably stretching a little far.
That's stretching it a lot.
Yeah.
Stretching it a lot. But like say, it's I mean, David, some people don't get time to build as many models in a year. They might do one model a year.
That's him.
And the thing about it is, right down
to the wire too.
Dave Sissons asked me, and he said, how many 22-inch eagles, round 2 eagles have you built?
Yeah.
And well, I don't know. I can't remember. Just get your order book out. So this was last year. So we're flicking through the order book. I'm going, there's one. There's an 11-inch one set and count. Yeah, all right. 11 inch, right, another. In
Yeah.
2 years, I built 28 eagles.
And
Wow.
before that, you've never built one before. I know.
And that's not including the squirrel.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Mm.
28? 28 of the buggers.
I'll have the squirrel at WonderFest this year. I'm going to show it off.
Are you going to get the lights to work?
Yeah. I think the batteries died.
Well, bloody change it.
I can't remember where you said you put them. Man, it's camouflage big time.
Underneath, there's them Allen key screws.
Oh, okay.
You don't know, do you? Get the squirrel out. Get the squirrel out. Now I'll show you.
I do. I know now.
You don't, or you'd have bloody sorted the battery out. Hiding it behind the chair. Get ready for the build, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. Here's the squirrel, as I called it, the flying squirrel.
Yep, a flying squirrel.
There's the squirrel.
Right, underneath, you should be able to see 4 Allen key screws. They're painted white.
Oh, yeah. It takes off the whole panel where the
whole panel comes off.
Right here?
Yeah, all that panel comes off.
I don't know if I got an Allen head that small.
We'll have a word with Alan and see if he's got a small one.
What lights up on that?
Basically, you've got the inside the beak. You've got the side doors. There's a little light on the top of each hatch door, and then underneath, there's all lights underneath it. So it lights underneath that foot and that foot. There's like I think it's about 4 lights or something.
I gotta remember where the damn switch is now.
That's a question. I don't know where that is either.
Yeah,
is it underneath? Is it underneath?
Do I have to?
No, it's not in the beak. It's not in the beak. Should be underneath. Is it a toggle switch? I can't remember what I did.
Hello, toggle switch. Where are you?
Do you have that? You got that round 2 eagle, Todd, sitting out there anywhere?
He's got loads.
That you'd have to be more specific on that one. Oh, it's a little button.
There we go. Oh, it does light up.
Oh, it does light up, Todd.
Yeah.
Let me see the side. Oh, nice. See, I never knew that thing lit up.
Yep. Todd just couldn't find the button.
Well, then the doors have lights on them.
Yeah.
Can you see the lights on the doors?
You know what I did? You know the big 33 that I did?
Yeah.
I put a sensor on the top of the pod. So you could just touch the top of the pod and it lights up and it lit up all the interior and everything.
Well, you could have done that with this one. What are you being?
Yeah, well, we were playing with things that worked and didn't work and such like.
Yeah, this is my favorite builds.
Yeah, I built a it was
that was interesting build.
Round two's little a little dinky little eagle. What was that, Todd? That the one that round 2 got me on at that WonderFest? The Wicked Witch beat me.
Honestly, I don't remember.
The one I put on the display, on the stand.
Oh, this one. Hold on. Let me put this one back.
Todd, the thing about that was Todd was unsure about the orange because it was just all panelled white and greys. And I said it needs some colour on it. And Todd was like, I don't know about that. And I said, I'm going to put some orange on it. He went, Are you sure about this? And I went, yep, I'm sure about it. I'm just going to do something similar to the Swift. He's like, you sure? I says, I'm sure. Just trust me on it. Trust me on it. And I convinced you, didn't I, Todd, in the end? Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
This one?
Oh, here we go.
that's round two's. A little.
That's nice.
Oh gosh. I forget what scale. That little
11-inch.
rough. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. There it is.
I just broke it.
No, I got some. It just everything gets packed up. You know how it is.
Oh
that
yeah.
one's actually, yeah. That one's actually got a MP3 player in it. You can remove the eagle from the base, and it'll power down. The tabs are in the bottom of the feet. It has a full med bay in it. I didn't know what I was doing when I did it, but I did know my fingers knew what they were doing when I about cut them off doing it.
Did the pod light up?
Yeah, pod lights up.
Yeah, I'm not getting that anymore.
Todd doesn't know where the switch is.
Wait a minute. Well, no, the base is lit up. You don't have it on the contact yet. You should see the side doors light up. If you got it on the right contact point, the side doors will light up on it.
Yeah. Sure, if you got
you got to get it in the right position because I didn't put locking tabs on. I just made it where you can just set it on there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's on the table.
I mean, Todd will remember this. I cut out a load of MDF, and I've still got the damn things for actual to make a load of those, so they could be for 22-inch eagles, so they could be like the actual going down thing. I worked it all out and everything, and as usual, builds, and never got around to doing it because I was so overwhelmed with work. I was like, still am.
MDF is a really good material. I love that stuff. But my two favorite materials, that's going to be MDF and plexiglass.
Oh yeah.
Two favorite, yeah. Those two things together, you can build anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna bring that one to WonderFest and the flying squirrel.
Yeah, and bring the repair jobs.
I know it's been damaged in transit, so
yeah.
Get her fixed up. Bring you some LED lights, whatever you put on there.
Yeah, always bring repair stuff with me anyway. You never know. So
let me remind everybody that's still hanging out with us, which is not too bad. WonderFest, June 9th and 10th. We'll be there the 8th. Nick Tick's going to be there. So he's going to be signing autographs down in the B, I think it's the B room, the display area. He's going to be sitting right next to all these eagles, this whole display. So
you're going to make sure he's not got the keys for any of them because he's very good at
He's been already told he can't. His pilot's license has been revoked. So and then he'll be up in the suite in the evening, Saturday evening, and we'll be hanging out up there, letting him talk with everybody, and we'll have our display up in the suite and all that good stuff. It's going to be pretty cool.
Like I say, one day I'll get over there. One day. Don't know when. One day. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, you would actually enjoy it.
I would. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been to the IPMS shows in the UK. The sad thing about it is, with the shows over here, it's a lot of the model shows are a lot of just aircraft on the stand, and it's just the same thing, repeat. I'm not knocking the guys who do this work. I mean, it's really excellent work. It just seems a bit boring to me. I like I say, this is why I did the Captain Scarlet dioramas, because I like movement, and if I can do a diorama, I try and incorporate as much movement as I can, because I don't like it looks static.
Right.
I mean, yeah, okay, we've got the Back to the Future train here. That's a studio model. That's what it is. It's going to look displayed in a museum to be looked at, etc. But and like I say with the Firefly, I did the Serenity. That you got stuff like that. Like the Eagle, I'm going to do for you, Todd, etc. But if I can make it into a diorama, if I can do something a little bit more interesting with it, I will. But I think that's the thing. And WonderFest has everything that I want to see at a model show, because it's got loads and loads of sci-fi, loads and loads of fantasy,
Right.
lots of figure painting as well, which I think is an art in its own. I mean, I've dabbled. I mean, I've done a couple of pieces. I'm getting better, but not to the standard that those guys are. Some of the stuff is unbelievable. I mean, even down to the state where you actually see some of the figures that they've done. The heads are only about this big, but you look at that thing and you go, you have to double. You know, that looks like the real actress or the real actor that you've just shrank. It looks so real, and that just it's incredible. It really is. I mean, these guys, they repaint the Hot Toys heads and everything, and they put them, and they just look fantastic. They really do. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's I agree with you. That's a lot of when I build now. I like it to be in a diorama because I'm really wanting to try to tell a story.
yes,
And just looking at the model, just sitting there, I'm not saying it bores me, but it kind of bores me.
yeah,
And there's things that you might not see, and I'll post things that you might not be able to see unless you really look for it. But I just want you, whenever you're looking at something that I build or whatever, I want you to, every time you look at it, you're going to see something that you didn't see before.
that's it. Yeah,
And if you, just like in the DeLorean, which I'll send you a picture of it.
oh yeah, definitely, please.
If you look at the DeLorean display, if you keep looking at it, you'll see more and more stuff. Like you'll see the clock on the dash, you'll see the burning bucket laying on the ground.
Yeah.
You'll see the hoverboard. You'll see the Doc's Choo Choo Train shirt. Like I even actually put the Easter eggs in there for what they had in the part 2. I
Yes.
put all the Easter eggs inside of there. I had the newspaper clipping in there with his father's death. Just there's so much stuff in there, and you would only see it if you spent a lot of time looking at it, or somebody pointed it out to you, or if you
Yes.
knew what you were looking for. And there's more interest in, and then, the thing is like when I'm building a model now, I'm building like 3 or 4 models.
Oh yeah,
in one build.
Definitely.
I'm gonna pull the camera up here in just a second, but at the end of this display, there's a targeting computer. I don't have the LEDs back in it yet, but at the end of this display is the actual targeting computer. It's scaled up, but it's there. Let me walk around.
I mean, I did a model of the Mark II Viper, and that's actually got a working DAS system in it.
Yep.
The radar system inside the cockpit of the Mark II Viper. That's done.
Yeah. I forget what it's called.
I think it's DAS. I'm not sure.
I don't know if you can.
Oh, there we go.
That.
There we go. That's it. Yeah.
But all this lights up like it did in the movie. This little section right here.
Yeah.
But this is not to scale. It's actually overscale.
Yes.
Actually, the display would only be about this big, or the whole thing would be about this big.
Yeah, but you've done it a bit bigger so people can see it.
Can actually see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also there is a the Death Star plans are in it too. But
Nice.
all this revolves around the New Hope, and I think this one here is what Return of the Jedi, Todd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. So it'll still work out.
There is only 3 Star Wars films.
Yeah. So, and yeah, well, right now it's all gutted right now, but I've got all these little controllers that's going to be running all this stuff. There's an infinity mirror right here for the shaft, which is not lit up, but that's an actual infinity mirror.
Okay.
That's in here for that exhaust shaft.
You see, the thing about it is what you've done there. You've gone right. I'm going to put a big X-wing on there. But anybody else would have just gone, I'm going to do a big X-wing. The engines all light up. That's it. I might get some little LEDs or some fibers inside the cockpit, but that's it. And you've gone further. You've gone, well, look, modern technology says I can do this. Modern technology, I can now do this little trick and that little trick. And you've taken it further, and that's compliment to you, mate.
Yeah, I just like I said, I just want to tell a story, and and there's a lot of great models out there, but they just they go on the shelf and that's it. They go there to be dusty.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
Todd, can you remember that model I did of the Hangar Bay 94 with the Millennium Falcon in?
Yeah.
And that was like little Easter eggs, because on the outside you had half of Mos Eisley Market and everything like that.
Yeah.
So you had the stormtroopers with the elephant guy being, oh, he's over there. And then you had in the hangar bay, you had Chewbacca stood there with, and in front of him is obviously Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Han Solo stood next to the ramp of the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
But then I said, the customer said to me, he says, have a bit of fun with it. So I thought, yes, sod this, I'm going to have some fun. So in the office above where the Millennium Falcon is George Lucas, and there's posters of Star Wars inside the office.
I remember that.
And there's a little telly with Star Wars on it with the rake, all the lettering going up.
Right.
It doesn't move, but you can see it there. And then when you look around the market, there was Jean-Luc Picard and Beverly Crusher in the market buying some stuff next to the captain of the Orville that was there. And then I got Jar Jar Binks being arrested by stormtroopers. And because it had a bit of a junkyard next to it, and I had two green aliens rooting through trying to find something that they wanted.
Right.
Mandalorian was in it as well. He's there with Baby Yoda creeping around, making sure no one can see him. Yeah, there was little things like that, and it was like, oh, you had to look at it, and you're like, hang on a second, there's a so-and-so there. What are they doing there? They can't be there. This is like, well, yeah, it is what it is. And I said to the customer, I said, do you mind if I do that? And he went, yeah, do it. Have a bit of fun with it. Oh, that's lovely. I like the chevrons. I like the chevrons on the edges. Nice.
Yeah, that's actually MDF platform.
Yeah.
With a little bit of styrene. There's a medical chair in there. Matter of fact, on the side there's these miniature displays in the walk areas. It's crazy, but yeah, on the side there's actually I put some displays on the side. It's actually it was crazy. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it anyway.
I don't blame you.
I wish I didn't know what I was doing like that.
And only thing I did know is when I was doing that passenger pod.
That's nice. I like the little ladders going down to the side. Extra little bit of detail like that. You know, the service for servicing it and stuff like that. It's cool.
Yeah, it's basically a warning light saying, "Hey, there's an eagle up here. It's about to take off. Don't open that door." Those are the pilots in there. Those are actually sculpted pilots. I sculpted them out of epoxy sculpt.
Yeah. So that eagle, what is that? The old NPC kit?
That's the little tiny whatever, and I scratch built all that mess in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the original Eagle kit.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've messed with done a lot of those as a kid, and when I got my hands on it, I was like, oh man, this thing is. I thought it was really cool at the time, but that was actually one of my favorite builds right there. That was my favorite build. Taking that and resculpting that and redoing it, the entire model. It cost my fingers, but that was one of the most enjoyable builds that I've ever done because it was so plain Jane.
Right.
And the thing is you can actually, in those displays in person, you can actually see the writing and stuff in them.
Cool. You did a great job. Great job.
And it's actually designed that when you turn the lights off, I've got some pictures of it. It actually, those lights light up the eagle, and it almost looks real.
Fantastic.
And in the dark, it actually looks real. Yeah, those are actually little pieces of styrene. I've got a little some clear red plastic or whatever. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm showing it right there. I forgot this is my video. That is my video.
Yeah,
I'm playing your video.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, Todd, I'm going to have to get off because I just looked how long we've been doing this. It was nearly 2.5 hours. So.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing, but I wanted to show that.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. And send me your or Todd, whatever. Send them my information, or you send me yours, and I'll send you some pictures of the DeLorean.
Oh, we must be friends on Facebook, aren't we, David?
I don't know. There's so
well,
many.
We better make end of day. We better sort this out.
there's so many of them, and when I saw Back to the Future, I'm like, wait a minute, I need to be talking to this guy. So, but yeah, like I said, my train's sitting back here in boxes right now. And once again, I guess I'm trying to keep it lightweight, and that's it's pretty lightweight.
I mean, end of the day, this is going to be suspended from somewhere, so this has to be lightweight. I mean, she's not that heavy. It's just the thing about it is she's very cumbersome to move around because she's so big. And the biggest problem I had with painting her was because she's got the wings are permanently fixed out.
Yeah.
If I'd have done it, I would have made them separate pieces, so they would have slotted in. So I had really issues laying her on her side to paint the underneath of her. So it is what it is. But,
yeah, and there's on the side of it the little magnets, all the little
and it's got the spinning thing and
yeah. See, and I've got that in the works, saved in a file where those are actually rotating.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the gear yet. I'm debating on whether I want that stuff to fold up or whatever, but I want some animation in it when I do it. So I'm just I'm learning as I go. So this is helping me learn other things that I want to do. So that's the good thing about doing certain projects is I can move that technology or whatever to the next project, and it's getting better as I go. So I'm still learning Arduino, and Arduino is crazy. Doesn't make any sense, but I just know how to make it work.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
Right. Anyway, I'm going to get off, Todd. You take care.
Yep.
David, you take care.
I'll get your information and I'll send you some pictures.
That'd be very much appreciated. And finally, we finally got the internet sorted, and it was my fault all along. Who knew? Blame the Brit. It's my fault. My fault. Leave me alone. my computer's full of 3D files. That's why it's running so bloody slow. Probably it.
Yeah, mine's got a ton of them in there that I've been working on. I've got stuff right now running on Tinkercad that I was working on. It's just constantly. That's why I'm using my phone, because I'm afraid that computer's going to act stupid.
Well, my computer decided to act stupid, so there you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So
Anyway, signing off.
go do
Peace
some
out,
work.
brother.
No, I'm gonna go to bed in a bit. You know, it's night time here in the UK.
Yeah.
I don't think I went to bed till the sun came up this morning, and I got a couple hours sleep. So
Well, you've got deadlines to get it done, so I haven't.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
yeah.
We'll see
Anyway.
you. Thanks, Richard, for stopping
No
by.
problem. Anytime, you
Get some-
guys.
Get
We'll
some
see you
rest.
later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Later.
Yeah,
Once
2.5
again,
hours.
that comes down to us two.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, we're gonna sign this off,
Yes, we will.
and you go get busy on that X-wing. You got 18 days.
Yeah. And if you don't mind, if I don't have it, send me his info, please.
Okay.
So everybody, have a good evening. I'm gonna go work on some X-wing.
Sweet. I'll catch
All
you
right,
later,
Todd.
buddy.
Later.
Bye. Okay, we're gonna cut this one off. We've been yapping, watching videos and seeing pictures, and man, 2.5 hours went by fast. So I want to thank everybody for joining me, and my next podcast will be from WonderFest. I might do a little one before then, but more than likely it's gonna be from WonderFest. So yeah, let's I hope all of you can go, but I know that's not going to happen, but I'll be looking for you. Nick will be there. We're going to have a good time. So peace out, everybody. We'll talk to you next time. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.